Agnes is actually Agatha Harkness, and it seems like she's not only Agatha Harkness, but she's the villain, it seems, at this point of the whole series. As we were told, there was going to be an Office Modern Family style episode, so we finally got that with this episode. And I'd say, yeah, it sort of has an Office Modern Family vibe. Also, like the intro was clearly just straight up The Office. It was just the music and everything was like The Office. So it was really entertaining to see everyone like talking towards the camera and stuff. It's really funny too the way the episode starts out with Elizabeth Olsen or Wanda sort of addressing like, okay, she had a rough night. She expanded the hex and she might have gone a little out of control, and so she sort of needs to take a self day. I thought Elizabeth Olsen, especially her, she deserves like an Emmy nomination, no doubt, for this show. Just the sort of just all the different ways she's playing the same character is just incredible. And this in many ways was my favorite yet. The way we've seen her play her, it was just so like, it was just her with like kind of no filter, and it was really, really, really funny and entertaining. She's sort of at this point, she just doesn't even care. She's tired of, now that Vision knows about everything, I think she just doesn't even care about suspending people's belief so much in the hex, because she knows they're sort of brainwashed anyway. So even when they see her use her magic, it doesn't like fully like take them out of her spell. So she just doesn't even care. She's using magic like out in the open now. There's things she's like can't control too. Like everything seems to be changing. All objects and everything are changing basically, like from the current sort of modern, basically 2000 kind of 10s aesthetic that the show is in now, to like just all sorts of different time periods. And one other things that we've seen throughout the show, like the stork even pops up for a sec, which made me laugh, because if you saw my review for episode 3, you know I love the stork. I'm guessing it must be something to do with probably the fact that she expanded the hex, so she maybe now her control's even more strained than it was, so she's having trouble controlling what is in it now that it's even bigger. But then again, it might just be simply Agatha Harkness messing with her. Darcy is in the hex now, and she runs into Vision. Their part of the show doesn't as much feel like The Office or Modern Family. It actually felt to me like Curb Your Enthusiasm, pretty like distinctly actually. I would say actually that felt like the most spot on kind of homage of all of them.
You've been doing your homework!
And on the outside of the hex, obviously we have, so Darcy's in the hex now, but we still have Jimmy Woo and Monica Rambeau out there. Jimmy Woo does get like an email from, I guess, Darcy sent right before she got sucked into the hex, and it says that Hayward is looking. She found out that Hayward is sort of the reason he's tracking Vision is because he wants the sentient weapon back. It seems like they did meet up after all with I think this was the aerospace engineer maybe friend that Monica was talking about, because they gave her an astronaut suit and a space rover vehicle to try to get back in the hex without it affecting her. That didn't work. But yeah, if that's the case, I think a lot of people are going to be a bit disappointed in that regard. I mean, I still thought it was a great episode, maybe the best one yet, but I think people will be disappointed with the fact that the aerospace engineer just seemed to be like some random person, and it just seemed to be more people that were part of SWORD. If that's the case, it wasn't Reed Richards or anything like some people were suspecting. But their technology doesn't work anyways, and then once that doesn't work, then Monica decides, you know what, I'm just going in, and she manages to get through. The truck couldn't really get through, and so she goes through, and then we see her kind of going through the hex, and you get sort of little snippets of flashbacks of things from Captain Marvel and stuff when she was a kid. And it seems like, yeah, so like Darcy said, it really changes her this time going back in, and when she's in there, her eyes are blue and everything, and I guess this is her becoming a photon. I believe I haven't really read the comics of her, but I've heard just these last few weeks basically from watching other people's reviews and stuff about WandaVision, and so it seems like she just became Photon, the like superhero now. So now it seems like the cool thing about this is, so she confronts Wanda, and she actually cannot, Wanda can kind of affect her, but she can kind of push back against Wanda's powers. And it sort of seems like it comes down to, she sort of challenges Wanda, like, are you really, you're going to have to kill me, basically, if you want me out this time. And Agatha Harkness, she comes and sort of breaks it up, and she brings Wanda into her house, and Yeah, this is where things suddenly kind of turn into a horror movie, basically, and Wanda's in there, and really quickly things get like so creepy so fast. Agatha is definitely the villain, and I guess yeah, like I thought maybe was the case last week, she was just kind of playing Vision, and it seems like maybe she's never been under the spell the entire time that Wanda's been doing this. So really, it sort of seems like yes, Wanda's been the puppet master kind of the whole time, like controlling everybody, but really there's a puppet master behind the puppet master, which is Agatha Harkness, and she's sort of, it seems like maybe been pulling Wanda's strings. That's why Wanda doesn't remember how it all began. The reveal at the end, it turns into literally like a horror movie. Like I was getting last episode of True Detective season 1 vibes. Because earlier Agnes brought the kids over to her house because she thought Wanda needs some time to herself. So Wanda thought, oh, okay, that's a nice Agnes playing her character that's so helpful, but I don't know. We don't know what she did with the kids. Because yeah, she sees all the bunch of like peanut butter sandwiches. Wanda's seeing them in their house. They're all eaten, and there's just all like creepy kind of things. Like the vibe just gets ultra horror movie suddenly, and there's like some kind of bug. I don't know if it was a cicada or something, like just in the house, like crawling on the drapes, and she asks where are my boys, where are my kids, and Agnes is like, oh well, they're probably just playing downstairs or something. So Wanda walks downstairs seemingly with Agnes not knowing, but she does. And yeah, this is where like I said, it really gives me like True Detective season 1, the finale kind of vibes, where everything's just like covered as she goes in the basement. Things are covered in like vines, and there's weird, like creepy, dark looking magic stuff, some kind of dark magic book. And it's pretty terrifying kind of looking. And yeah, really just, we don't know where the boys are. And it seems like there's some kind of portal maybe she's looking into. And I thought in this instant, okay, I actually thought we were finally, I didn't really mention him in my other reviews because I still haven't thought, other than that one line in episode 2 about the devil in the details, I haven't really thought that we've gotten any sort of concrete proof that Mephisto is behind things, even though there's precedent for that in the comics, and a lot of people have been speculating that. But I thought in that moment as she was going down there, like, oh, okay, she's just walking into like a portal into like hell, and we're going to see her husband, Agnes's husband, Herb. And then like, maybe he's Mephisto. Like I know a lot of people have been speculating, but we didn't quite get that. But then we do get the reveal then that Agnes comes down and she's like, you didn't think you were the only magical girl in town, did you? And that's when she reveals, I'm Agatha Harkness. And she sort of does a little mind thing to Wanda, kind of like what Vision does to snap people out of it. She sort of puts Wanda under a little spell and sort of shows Wanda her whole montage that she's been doing everything. And she's behind Quicksilver, so it's not clear exactly. Is she like behind, like we don't know exactly still the details though. Cause I mean, we still don't know whether that's Quicksilver from the X-Men universe. That's not clear, because maybe it could still be. Maybe she like is the one. Maybe she's the one that pulled Quicksilver from the multiverse to mess with Wanda. We don't know. So after the episode seemingly ends, I'm really happy I left it on, because I don't know. I think I usually leave it on because that's just how I watch things. I don't really ever turn things off, especially something like this, before the credits are over. But yeah, after the main credits, we do get a very short after credit scene, and it's Monica Rambeau who is still in the hex because Wanda hasn't been able to throw her out and hasn't really decided she wants to kill her yet or anything. She basically finds some sort of backdoor entrance into the cellar, Agatha Harkness's basement, and she is about to go in, and she sees all the creepy vines and purple kind of mists, magic stuff, and then right behind her, Quicksilver Pietro pops up, who didn't appear at all in the episode before, which, yeah, so it should have been a hint there was going to be an after credit scene when you see his name in the credits, even though it didn't seem like he was in the episode at all. So then he just says something like, Snooper's going to snoop, and so it's not clear. The vibe I'm getting is he's like fully like mind control or something, Agatha Harkness, so it seems like he's probably working as her henchman right now, and maybe he was about to like try to knock Monica out or something. We'll have to see next week. So all in all, I think, yeah, probably my favorite episode. I mean, there's things about every episode at this point that I've really liked, but my biggest issue is, as always, it was kind of short. I was a bit disappointed with how short it was, because we've heard that the last 3 were going to be longer. This one wasn't not really any longer. It wasn't even the longest episode yet. It was the same length as last week. So hopefully, I don't know. I don't see WandaVision being a 6-hour thing overall at this point. Like, as they were saying, I don't know. Like, that would mean the last two would need to be like ridiculously long, and they're not. They're like, there's no way they're going to be over an hour or something at with the way the first 7 have been. So at this point, I would say if we're lucky, the last few will be maybe like 45 minutes. Really excited for the finale, and I think, yeah, Elizabeth Olsen just once again just blowing our minds with her performance and just how versatile she is. So yeah, that's my thoughts on WandaVision episode 7. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps. And yeah, I'll see you next week for episode 8's review. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.